See, sometimes I want to stay away from the issue of Nigeria, sincerely. Sometimes I want to pretend as if I'm not seeing it. Some days I just want to behave as if I'm not seeing it. Sometimes people that bring, there are sources that give me information. And sometimes they'll send me information. I'll behave as if I don't see the message because I'm tired. Sometimes I want to assume somebody else should do it. Let me just assume it's as if I talk too much. But you see, the Spirit of God inside of me will not allow me. Because the Bible says when the righteous are in power, the people will rejoice. But when wickedness are in power, it will be chaos and calamity every single day. And the burden of Nigeria is strong in my heart. I'm telling you the truth. There are days that I spend hours ruminating over the issue of Nigeria. And one of the reasons why I spend time in ruminating over the issue of Nigeria is that I pity a lot of Christians because they don't know what is coming for them. While many are playing religion, many are trying to play religion, they don't know what the enemies of righteousness are perpetuating in this nation. Especially when you come to the southern part of Nigeria here, many of the Christians have no idea. So sometimes I'll just be looking at that and say, you people, you have no idea what is coming for you. Because you see, I'm going to be very honest with you this morning. Whatever you see that has happened for the past few years in Nigeria, there is more to come. Are you with me? Whatever you see that is happening or that has happened, there is more to come. Because we are living in a country with the people that have the deranged mindset. We are living in a country with people that have a corrupted mindset, an unholy mindset. And the annoying part of this is that they have people high in government that are helping them to facilitate it. Agendas that are running up to 77, 50, 60 years. It's not something that started now. And they're in a stage now. They're in a stage where they're working tirelessly. So sometimes I want to ignore as if I behave as if I don't see the issues. But I can't put myself away. Because the burden is strong in my heart. The burden of this nation is strong in my heart. I tell you, I lie you not. So a few weeks ago, Nigerians were protesting in Abuja that there should be electronic transmission of result. It doesn't matter where you are in Nigeria. If you do a transaction, bank will remove their charges there and then. They will say there is no network, that's why they cannot remove their charges. Federal government will take their tax there and then. It doesn't matter where you are. You will do transfer it to go and they'll deduct their charges. But when it comes to e-transmission of result, so that real-time transmission, they said they cannot do it. And while the matter was still with the National Assembly and the people were still protesting, instead of the government, the man at the end of affairs to sit down and take a critical look at the matter, within a tickle of an eye, he approved it. No e-transmission of results. They are telling you, clear paper and pop and clear, that we are going to reach 2027 and there's nothing you can do about it. And the people that have to stand to question them, to be a stumbling block to things like the National Assembly, that are full of jokers, full of clowns. That place has become a circus of clowns. Where men that ought to, sometimes when you look at the men that are piloting laws in your country, look at a bunch of jokers. Men that are incoherent in policies, that are incoherent in direction. Men that you look at them and you'll be wondering, how did this one become a senator? Very dull men. And they're the lawmakers of Nigeria. How do you expect a nation like this to move forward? I'm a man of the spirit, but the spiritual thing does not ride away my senses also. We see this thing and we have been moving on. Keeping quiet is what has brought us to where we are today. Are you follow me? Like I've always said, there are times that it is wisdom to be quiet. But in Nigeria as it is now, being quiet is complicit. Being quiet means you are complicit to the evil that is happening. This is not the right time in Nigeria to be quiet. If you are quiet, the evil will continue to prevail. Are you with me? And when Nigeria went out there to say we are progressing, no, we are protesting in Abuja. There must be e-transmission of results. Prominent men came out. Guess what the Nigerian government did? They began to tear gas them. To the extent that they tear gas a prominent man of God. Throw tear gas. Can you tear gas an imam? Can you tear gas Gumi like that? Can you throw tear gas at Gumi like that in Nigeria and there will be no chaos? But the moment you become the Christian, the moment it is hard to do with the Christian, they do whatever they like with Christian. That a man of God was thrown tear gas. Well, and Nigerians, innocent Nigerians, cry and say, we want a proper electoral reform. You throw tear gas with them. I follow me, children of God. And then you look at the men that are carrying out this evil. The policemen, the army men, the military men. These are men that after serving 20 years, their salary is not up to 20,000, it's not up to 200,000 naira. And they're trying to say, let's make the country better so that even you can benefit. But no, they would rather start them. Sometimes I wonder, is it that something is wrong with their brain? Do you not think? Why have they become zombies? While that was going on, there were several killings on Plateau State. Several killings. There's hardly one day you know you have one. There's hardly one day you know you, especially Barikin Ladi, Bokos local government. You are all here. If some of you that are aware of this information, that a few weeks ago, over 200 persons were massacred in Kwara State. Over 200. Over 200 people, not animals, not chicken. Over 200 men were massacred. In a nation that is state, that is enough to crowd the nation, to say, no, this evil must end. Can you go to America and kill 200 people at once? You not believe what your leaders did the next day. Just the very next day, they all wore their agbada and went for a wedding. And they were there, smiling, the president. and senators and governors. They were there smiling and laughing and they're dining and whining. These are leaders, no sympathy, no empathy. In your nation, over 200 men were killed the previous day. You didn't go there, rather you went for the wedding. Are you with me? They don't have you in mind. For them, it is all power, election, power. Money, to steal, to embezzle. That's what they think of. How do we move forward? When you see all these things, how will it not pain you? How do you not feel the pain? How do you close your eyes to such evil happening and prevailing constantly every day? While all this was going on, another insane man, a Muslim cleric came out and began to demand for the head of the first lady. Say she's an unbeliever, she's an army. Let them go and kill her. You don't see the video? Oh, your cutter. I shared it. Demanding for the head of the first lady of your country, that because she's a Christian, that she should be killed. That in fact, because she's even a pastor, it has made it worse, that she ought to be killed. Nothing has been done to such a man. If such a man can be speaking about the first lady, how about the Christians in rural communities? How about the Christians in villages, in the north? If you have not been to the north, you will not understand. She's coming from the north, so she understand. That these people, they're not looking for your money, they're not looking for your oil, they just want to live, do their farming, and serve God, and then you still kill them. And such a man has the temerity to order for the head of the first lady, and still, because they want to play political correctness, they allow such a man. And the first lady too will go for an interview. Are you following me? Sometimes you want to laugh at it because it's funny. At the same time, it's confusing, it's depressing. And she too should go for an interview and say there is no genocide. If there is no genocide, and a man is demanding for your own head, and you still go before international community to say there is no genocide. What a barbaric thing to do. Sometimes you begin to ask yourself, where is the hope for the common man? Where is the hope? Where is the nation going? Where is the nation going? That now they're going to churches. Sunday service and kidnap people. No reverence for God, no reverence for the things of God, no honor whatsoever. Going to churches and kidnap people. We recorded in Ondo State recently. Now just this week that passed. You must begin to ask yourself, where then is the nation going? What then is the direction? How do we get? Sometimes I ask myself, how did we get to this level? How? How did we get to a level like this? That they have conquered the north of the northwest, they have conquered the whole of northeast, they have conquered middle belt. Now they are moving to southwest. When they finish the southwest, where do you think they are coming to? The south, the southeast. And before you know it, they'll achieve that jihadist fulanization agenda. And they say, Pastor, don't worry, Pastor, just keep quiet, keep praying. And evil is prevailing. Even the Bible says, watch and pray. In all this, you would think the government is doing something tangible. No, they are paying ransom to terrorists. How do you want terrorism to end when the government is paying ransom? It was revealed this week. I've always known. How do you want chaos to end when you are paying ransom? In fact, they were asking one of the men, they said, what did you do with the ransom that you collected? He said, we bought more weapons. Yes, I'm telling you the truth. He said, we bought more weapons. He said, we negotiated, we first of all demanded for 300 million. But the government negotiated for 60 million. If your government, taxpayers' money, you need to empower terrorism. You need to empower terrorism, taxpayers' money. And they said, what did you do with the money? He said, we bought more weapons with it. And the interviewer said, are you sure? He said, oh, if not because it is late, I could have sent them for let them bring the weapons so that you see the weapons we bought. And you want to end terrorism, you want to end genocide, you want to end killing. Is the government serious? They are a bunch of jokers, bunch of clowns from the top downward. Children of God, you listen to me. Like I said, I will not be here and the evil will still be prevailing. Are you with me? Many years ago, Sharia was instituted in 12 states in Nigeria. But they were men of God at that time. They were people with regard to our fathers of faith. What were they doing? God forbid now that they say they want to institute Sharia in another state in Nigeria. God forbid. It will never happen. But men were there then and they were instituting Sharia. Then you must ask yourself, what are we doing in the body of Christ? Christian Association of Nigeria have become a bunch of clowns. Always looking for envelopes. Always looking for envelopes. Favors from politicians. Don't they know that gift to blind the eyes of the righteous? In all this, you must ask yourself, where is the nation going? That an army general came yesterday, I saw the clip, and he was saying, Boko Haram are also Nigerians too. That when there is an opportunity to rehabilitate them, they will rehabilitate them. It is easy to pour money to rehabilitate terrorists. Do you know what it means for a person to become terrorist? It's not just an armed robber. It is different. You are not dealing with armed robbers. Armed robber is that he needs your money. He's fighting for your money. He comes to take your property. No, terrorists is they're working with a wrong ideology to kill you. To kill you so that they can go and get whatever they want. They think they are fighting the cause of a God. And so it is not like an armed robber. It is not like the Niger Delta militant. They were fighting for the oil in their land. No, you are not dealing with the same person. You are dealing with jihadists that believe that if you don't convert or answer they serve, you deserve to be killed. Based on the laws of Sharia. And then, an army general, I looked at him like that and I was disappointed. Inside military uniform, I wore camouflage like was 17 years ago. 17 or 18 years ago. And I remember when you wear military uniform, the pride and dignity in which you speak, the confidence at which you're speaking. You are not tolerating any nonsense. An army general is saying they will rehabilitate terrorists. What bunch of jokers? They're forgetting that many military men have died in the course of that terrorism. Many have been killed, many have been shot, many have been decapitated, a lot of things have been done. Civilians have been bombed, killed. And you're saying when you have seize one of those persons, you rehabilitate him. That is also in Nigeria with taxpayers' money. Are we not joking in this nation? But wisdom is profitable to direct. One thing we will not stop doing is that we will not stop hearing our voice. Please, as a Christian, let me be very honest with you. Whatever you think you are seeing now that is happening to the church, there is more to come. If the church does not rise up now and begin to take practical steps, raise people to defend security networks, raise security networks to defend local communities and to defend the church, the Nigerian military cannot save you. I've always said so. The military cannot help you. Most of them are corrupted. Most of them are compromised. That the general is coming out to say they will rehabilitate terrorists. I felt disgusted. I said, what? A military general sounding like an imbecile in that uniform. I will not just come here and preach because the gospel is all encompassing. I will not just come here and preach the Bible. I will also inform you so you'll be aware, so you know.